Hi guys, welcome to the first video of the channel. I thought I'd give a quick introduction as to what the goals are for the channel and the kind of the direction that I'm hoping to take it in. This is kind of a bit of a New Year's resolution for me to start a YouTube channel that is in relation to wristwatches, and that will be the basis of what the channel is around. So I think to kickstart with the first video, I'm going to do a state of the collection. So we're going to go over every watch that I currently have in the collection, and then at the end of the year we're going to do the same video. We're going to include the ones, well, we're going to discuss the ones that I've sold, we're going to discuss the watches that I'm trying to get, and the ones that I think are going to be staying in the collection. So we've got an interesting range of watches actually for you guys today. Some of these are watches that I've wanted for a long time and I've saved up for and I've been able to buy. Some of these are cheap watches that I just enjoy. Other ones are gifts that mean a lot to me for sentimental reasons. So yeah, I think first video we're going to go over that. So let's get into the video. Alright guys, just before we get started, I'd like to apologise for the outdoor gloves. I don't currently own a pair of white gloves for this, so if you just bear with me, and then I'll get a pair of white gloves for the next time I do this. So I think we'll start off with all the Casios. There's quite a few. As someone who is really just finished being a student, most of the watches that I've bought have been on a budget, and for that reason I've bought a lot of watches a lot of watches that are at a lower price. Which Casio are fantastic at. So I think we'll get it, these are in no particular order by the way, so I think we'll get it started with an absolute essential, I think, for most watch collections, or anyone who's serious about watch collecting. I think this is one that, regardless of where you're at in your watch collecting journey, I think this is one that you have to have. The F91W, just the original one. They've done so many variations of this now. This is absolutely unchanged. I mean, it's still got the same strap on it. Surprisingly, I've not had this for very long, and this wasn't even my first watch. I only got this a couple of years ago. But I was kind of like, you know what, I mean, I have to add it to the collection. It's such an icon, extremely affordable, really reliable. The only thing I don't like about it is the light. You won't really be able to see it in this. I'll see if I can try and demonstrate it. You can't really see it, but yeah, the only downside I have is the light. It's pretty naff. However, the rest of the watch is absolutely fantastic. Chronograph movement, obviously, or not chronograph movement, but it's a chronograph. Alarm on it, 24-hour, normal 12-hour. It's got the date. It's got everything that you need from a watch. Water resistant enough. I mean, I wouldn't go diving in it. I wouldn't go swimming in it, but it's certainly water resistant enough. So yeah, absolutely fantastic, and in my opinion, an absolute essential to pretty much everyone's watch collection. Moving on to our next one, we have pretty much a variation of the F91W actually. Oh, I forgot to mention at the start, what I'll do is I'll have all of the reference numbers for all of these watches listed, well, somewhere in the video. So I'll not be mentioning them in the video simply because I don't know them all. So yeah, this is very similar to the F91W. Basically, it's a modernized version of it. I love the mesh strap on it, extremely comfortable to wear. And they put a new backlight on this, which you might be able to see. Yeah, you can actually kind of see that there. Absolutely fantastic. Really nice watch. I got this for my Christmas 2 years ago from my aunt. And I don't actually wear it that often, which is why it's actually in pretty decent condition. I need to wear this more often. Every time I do wear it, I really do enjoy wearing it. So this is a watch I need to get more wear of, but absolutely fantastic watch, really comfortable, and again, just a slightly modernized version of the F91W, really. Alright, moving on to our first G-Shock. This was not the first G-Shock I had, however, I wanted a model of the original G-Shock, and this is the one that I went with. One, it was the cheapest one I could actually find, and two, regardless of that, I really love this black type look. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. The light's good on it. Obviously stopwatch feature. Not actually too thick, which is nice. And what I do like about this is that obviously, so these little buttons here, these are all normally kind of like, or sorry, that one there, that one, and that one. These are kind of a normal, you know, they're kind of protruding at a normal level. Whereas this one here is actually slightly indented. because this button you're going to be pressing a lot less often, and you don't want to be accidentally pressing this button. It's a bit of a pain, because obviously that is the adjust button. So I like the fact that they slightly indented that there, which kind of just saves you from having to worry about bashing it against anything and accidentally pressing that button. So yeah, really nice watch. Next up, I think we'll get all the G-Shocks out of the way. I got this for my Christmas this year, so I've only had this for a very short period of time, less than a month. I've absolutely loved wearing this. I haven't worn it a whole lot, however, whenever I have, I've enjoyed wearing it. Really sturdy. This is the thickest watch I own. It's quite chunky, however, surprisingly fits extremely comfortable on the wrist. I have quite a thick wrist. I don't know actually the dimensions of my wrist, but I know that I do have quite a thick wrist. So this watch fits quite nicely on mine actually. Doesn't look out of place. This is just one of the normal models of this. I know you get so many different variations of this reference. This is just, I think, just the normal one, to be honest. Really nice, really comfortable, very durable. It's my most durable watch. So if I'm ever kind of, you know, going out walking or I'm doing any kind of extreme sport, I like to do a lot of mountain biking. So this is the watch that I would choose to do that. I haven't gone mountain biking this year. Not in a wee while actually. I've been quite busy. So however, hopefully I'm going to get back to that, and then this will be my watch of choice. Moving on to my Casio. My favorite, well, one of my favorite watches is the Audemars Piguet Royal Oak, and for that reason you can imagine I absolutely love this watch. Like I said, it was my first G-Shock, and this was my mom and dad bought me this watch actually for my Christmas 3 years ago. So this is probably the watch I've actually worn the most, at least recently. You can tell I've scratched the glass there, and the rubber's kind of slightly deforming there, you can see. But no, I mean, I really like this watch. Very comfortable, not very thick for a G-Shock. And yeah, it means a lot to me. I haven't worn it recently, but that's simply because I have expanded the collection quite a lot in the recent months. So this one's kind of been put aside. It's had a lot of wear over the past 3 years. So I think it deserves a little break, I think. But yeah, really fantastic. I'd recommend this watch to anyone, especially as their first G-Shock, because it's slimmer. It's an analog, but it also has the digital, so you can't really go wrong. It's got the day there. Yeah, really fantastic watch. Definitely would recommend purchasing one of these. That's us done for the G-Shocks. However, we're going on to something that is very similar. This is, I got this for my Christmas as well this year. This was the watch worn by Tom Cruise in the first Mission Impossible film, I believe. I actually didn't find out about this watch through this. I actually found out about this watch originally through TGV, or the Urban Gentry channel. I really enjoy watching that channel, and he gave this watch a fantastic review. I agree with him when he said it's a Marmite watch. I think you either like this watch or you dislike it. Not many people are in between. Since wearing it, I've had a few people say that they actually quite like it, and I've had one person say, "What is that?" So I guess it just depends on your personal preference. But yeah, really sturdy. I like the funky design of it. That's the thing. I mean, obviously it's quite a quirky design, but I quite like that. Some would describe this as ugly. I see where they're coming from, but I genuinely really like it. I think it's really quirky and fantastic. I mean, I honestly really like it. 200 meters of water resistance. This is the watch I wear the most at work, or at least have done this year. I say this year. We're only 9 days in, but you know, hey ho. Yeah, not too thick actually. So it wears quite comfortable. Well, it is quite thick, but it doesn't wear this thick. The only thing I do want though is to change the strap. I'm not a fan of the ridge design here. So the only thing I would do is just change out the strap. However, other than that, absolutely fantastic watch. Moving on to our next Casio in the collection. This is the Casio World Timer, or World Time I should say. Yeah, so I got this around about a year ago. Again, this was just a purchase that I made for myself. There was no real reason behind it. I can't remember where I saw this. I saw someone give this watch a really good review, and I just thought to myself, you know what, I think it's time to add that to the collection. I got to see it in person. One of my friends was actually wearing it, so I got to have a hands-on with it, and I really liked it. So yeah, I like the funky design of it. It's a rather strange looking watch actually, but I honestly think it's actually quite gorgeous. You get so many different variations of this one now, actually, different colorways, but I went with the silver look on the rubber strap. The strap is extremely comfortable. Again, it's that rigid design, but it's a lot smaller, so it kind of feels a lot more comfortable on the wrist, at least for me. It's very light, however I do quite like that, which helps in its comfortability. But yeah, really fantastic. I love the map design on this, and as you can see, obviously I am based in the UK, Scotland to be specific, so we've got my time there, and you can actually see my region is highlighted there, and then that will change as you go through this. Paris, there you go, London there. So yeah, fantastic. Really like this watch. Moving on to what I think is our final Casio. I do have other watches actually that I'm not going to include in this video because they're either I haven't worn in years, and I mean really do mean years, and I got them when I was a child, or they're broken, so I've left those out. But this is the last Casio that I'll be talking about today. This is the infamous calculator watch. Again, saw a review on it. Fantastic piece to add to the collection, especially for its affordability. You know, I mean, most of these watches are below, well, at least most of the Casios are below £50. The G-Shocks are kind of upwards of that, obviously, but certainly affordable. But yeah, this is by far my favorite Casio strap though out of the lot. This strap is really breathable, really comfortable to wear. The watch itself is very thin, so it fits really nicely on the wrist. Just a very quirky watch, very comfortable. And yeah, just a really nice watch just to have in the collection, and one I think that when you're building a collection on a budget, one that fits into it really well. Next up, we have got the first automatic watch I ever owned actually. I bought this as a present to myself after I finished my first year of college. So yeah, the reason why I bought this one, this is the Ray 2, I believe, the Orient Ray 2, and I bought this one because my friend, he bought the Mako, a certain Mako model. It might have been a Komatsu. I might be getting those names wrong actually. But this is the one that I went with. I really love the Rolex Submariner, the Omega Seamaster, the Tudor Black Bay 58, and the design of those. And this kind of, you know, obviously looks a lot like them. Not quite a homage, I'll say, to a Rolex Submariner. I think there's enough differences with it, but obviously just your quintessential dive watch in its design. This strap I've put on, this is from Zulu Diver. I've got one other watch that I've put a Zulu Diver strap on. Really good company actually, really comfortable watches. So yeah, I put this on. I literally just put this on the other day actually. This was meant for another watch, however it didn't fit, but it perfectly fitted on this one, so I did a little swap with the strap that was on this. So yeah, I'm not too sure how I'm feeling about the grey and the blue, but it'll do just now. But yeah, I wore this in my graduation picture as well for graduating the first year of college. So this is an important watch to me, and like I said, my first automatic. So yeah, really fantastic watch. I really do love this piece, and I love the blue as well. Really gorgeous color. You can see the sunburst dial there actually. So yeah, really nice. Moving on to our second Orient. I wanted a dress watch, something that was a bit more, something I could wear it to a dinner, you know. And this is the one that I went with. This is a Orient Bambino. I want to say version 2 or volume 2 or something, version 2, I don't know, it'll be up here anyway. I absolutely love the blue dials there, really fantastic. In certain light it looks black, and then you get that pop of blue when the light hits it. Really gorgeous. Yeah, like I said, this is the second automatic that I ever owned, second Orient I ever owned. I wanted the one specifically with the Roman numerals. This was a gift from my grandparents, I believe, for Christmas 2 years ago. And yeah, really nice. I haven't had a chance to wear it very often. My Casios tend to kind of dominate my wrist mostly, as whilst I'm at work they get the most wear. But I wear this every now and then, you know, for a nice dinner. But yeah, really nice. A really nice dress watch, and one that I'd recommend for anyone on a budget. You can pick these up for less than £200, or at least I think this. Well, I think when I asked for this, I think it was priced at around about 120. So I could be wrong on that, but yeah, really nice watch. Moving on to the next one. So this is a bit of a left field one. This is an Accurist Diamond. This is an interesting one. This one does actually have an interesting story behind it. So I'm 21 years old just now, and when I was 15 years old, I was walking. We were on holiday in St Andrews down in Scotland. I mean, I live in Scotland, but you know, we were going on holiday there for a birthday. and I walked past a watch store, and I saw this in the window, and I really liked it. I didn't know what the brand was, never heard of them before. This is the only Accurist I own. But I mean, back then I was kind of just more focused on whether or not I liked the look of it. I didn't really care, what brand name was on it. And I was walking with my nan at the time, and I kind of pointed out, I said, "Oh, that's really nice." And she said, "Oh, you're going to buy it?" And I said, "Oh, no, I'm not going to spend my money on that, Anyway, the next day, I went downstairs when I woke up, and it turns out she had bought it for me, which was absolutely really, really nice of her. I think it was around about £50. So I keep this watch in good condition because, or try to anyway, simply for the sentimental value that it has. There's a little bit of wear on the side there, you can see, but in terms of scratches, there's almost no scratches on it at all, because I really only wore, I mean I wore it for a few dinners at the time, but and stuff like that. But no, yeah, I mean, really nice watch. I mean, it doesn't feel very kind of substantial. However, I think it's more the sentimental value that I hold with this watch that's important to me, not so much the actual quality of it. Yeah, that is my Accurist Diamond. Next up, this is my Seiko 5 GMT. So this was my first serious watch, I think you could probably say. This is on the Zulu Diver. This comes on a Jubilee bracelet normally. However, I only recently changed that out as I found it a tad uncomfortable, which is a shame because my Jubilee, well, I mean, my favorite strap by far is the Jubilee bracelet. However, I kind of just got a little bit uncomfortable, and it was actually down to the corner of the crown here. I found it digging into my wrist quite a lot, so I put this strap on, and it hasn't done that. So, yeah. I mean, I actually think this strap works really well with it. So, really, really nice watch. It's my first GMT. As GMTs go, incredibly affordable. As GMTs normally are upwards of £1,000. I think this one we purchased for 500 and something. I took this on holiday. Obviously, as a GMT, actually got use out of its function. Really, really nice. Really, really nice design. There's not much that I dislike about this other than that crown. I would prefer it just to be there, but I'm not too fussed about that. But yeah, really, really nice. My first Seiko as well. So yeah, for that reason, holds a special place in my heart. And a watch that I do genuinely really, every time I look down at my wrist and I see it, it kind of just cheers me up a little bit. So yeah, really, really nice. Yeah, fantastic. Moving on to the most expensive watch I have in the collection. This was, I got this for my 21st birthday. This is the Tissot PRX with the black dial. Absolutely love this watch. There was a lot of hype around this watch, and I was hoping it was going to live up to it. It absolutely did. The bracelet is incredibly comfortable. And I've not found it nipping into my hairs on my wrist yet. I do have quite hairy wrists actually, and I haven't found it nipping any of the hairs on them, so it's been incredibly comfortable. I love that you can see the movement in the back there. This is my first Swiss watch as well, and the watch that I wore to my for my graduation of my second year at college. So again, hold a special place in my heart. Really, really love this watch. I haven't worn it recently, primarily because obviously I don't wear it at work. So this watch really only gets worn on special occasions, which actually I like, because it means that when I put it on, it feels like a treat when I get to wear it. Instead of, because if I wore it every day, I mean, after a month, it would just be, I'd get used to, so I like the fact that I can put this on every now and then. And it's special to put it on when I do. So really, really nice. And a grail piece that I had for quite a few months. So purchasing this was a real treat. So yeah, absolutely love this watch. Absolutely fantastic. And moving on to our last watch here. This is a Melbourne Carlton from the Melbourne Watch Company. I doubt anyone has heard of this company before. I got this for my 16th birthday. I think at the time this was priced at around about £200. And I just love the design. It was as simple as that. It's quartz movement. But yeah, this was my first kind of, this is the watch that kind of kickstarted everything for me. And here's the thing, it doesn't really matter what the watch is. It doesn't matter if it's a Seiko, a Casio, or some watch that nobody's ever heard of, or if if it's capable of kind of starting a passion for watches, I think, you know, as far as I'm concerned, I think then it should be treasured in your collection. You know, don't let it go just because no one's heard of it, or even if it's cheaply made, even if it's like it's quintessentially a bad watch. I mean, if it kickstarted everything for you, you should keep it in good condition, you know. So I keep this in good condition as I can. The strap is worn to hell though. I wore this a lot in high school. I mean, I wore this every day for pretty much 2 years, and I never changed the strap on it. However, I do quite like that. There's a few little bits of damage to the watch as I've worn it over the years, but it's been beat around a little bit. I mean, I'm better at taking care of my watches now, but back then I wasn't as careful. So yeah, that is the last watch to show you guys today. Well, that's the end of the video. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Means a lot. Obviously, this is the first video of the channel. First of many, hopefully. I'm aiming to post once a week. I'm obviously very kind of, you know, new to the whole concept of kind of being on camera, so I'll slowly kind of get more comfortable with that over time. So I do apologise if there's a few ums and ems and errors and whatnot. Yeah, thank you very much for watching. It means a lot. Please like, subscribe. That would mean the absolute world to me. And have a good rest of your day. See you guys later. Bye.